Yes, it's a first that the United States Mint is reissuing its first ever silver dollar, but it's what they're doing with it that is really groundbreaking, at least for the United States Mint, and it's something that could benefit you big time if the chances work in your favor. Let's talk about it as we explore. Now, I'm not first on this news. Several members of the community have posted videos about this, but we know that the United States Mint has been producing coins since 1793, after the Mint Act of 1792, April the 2nd specifically. But the United States Mint is best known these days for being far behind in terms of technology quality and with some of their products and innovation. They're very behind the eight ball on that. But this new thing that they're doing with this reissue of the 230th anniversary flowing hair silver dollar is something a little bit different than what the United States Mint does. In fact, I don't know that any other mint has done something like this. Let's take a look at it. This is the 230th anniversary flowing hair silver dollar. Now, we know the price is very high for a coin it's a metal. The United States Mint is producing this outside of the authority of Congress, and they have the flexibility to do so because there's no denomination on this piece. The denomination would have been edge inscription there, which is going to be on the 230th anniversary flowing hair gold coin. But this is different because it's a metal, and that's a turnoff to a lot of people. So the United States Mint is now trying to excite the collector community with a metal that is very high priced, with a couple of different innovations that could benefit you for sure. Modern reproduction of Robert Scott's 1794 flowing hair dollar design. And as you can see here, it has all of the features looks like it's going to be a matte finish. And obviously the size of this thing is going to, we'll look at the specifications here in a moment, but 1794 of them, that's 1,794 of them, will feature the 230 privy mark. And that is what this looks like here. And this is something that they did a while ago and posted it there on their website, and people were wondering, will all of these metals have this? But no, 1,794 of them. If you are lucky, if you, with a household limit order of one, by chance get one of these, well, you've got yourself a rarity there, and it will be immediately probably collectible and numismatic in terms of its value, and that will probably last for quite some time. In other words, you've got yourself a winner right there. But 230 of those, of the privy mark metals, will include a certificate of authenticity signed by United States Mint Director Ventris C. Gibson. That certainly raises the pedigree, at least from what most collectors would think, to take something like that and to have a signed privy marked piece that will certainly most undoubtedly increase your profitability of these if you were to resell them. And that is something that's different. So in a sense, it's sort of like a lottery system, because of the household order limit of 1 out of 75,000. The chances of you getting this 1794 with the 230 privy is very low. But if you were to get one, well, you could flip it for a profit, and probably it would be something you would want to do fairly soon after receiving it. I know if I was to order one of these and I got the signed privy marked piece, I would certainly flip it, no question about that. But most of us won't get these. But it is something that, well, the chances could be in your favor if you order one and get it, which means that likely more of these will sell. 75,000 is not a small number by any stretch, and many have noticed with previous metals with that mintage and product limit, they have done very, very poorly in terms of sales, except for in 2015, or 2016 rather, the United States Mint produced 12,500 of the Philadelphia Mint or S Mint and W Mint, American Liberty silver metals, and those did very well in the secondary market for a time. And then they started to come back down in price. That likely will happen with these as well, because 1794, though much rarer than 75,000, it is still less or more than the American Liberty silver metals. But if you have one of the 230, the signed versions of it, you are going to be a winner in this case. In the lottery, the U.S. Mint lottery, and that's kind of what's happened here. And they've never done this before, which includes both the signed certificate as well as the 1794. If you do not get one of those, and you're like most of us, I'm including myself, because luck is never really on my side, you're going to get one that looks like this, with just the obverse here, with no privy mark, and then the reverse. And this is a representation, a reissue or reproduction of this famous flowing hair dollar design from 1794. Now you'll notice that the date is a bit askew here, that's exactly the way it was on the original, skewed, and I don't like that. I wish they would have just centered it, because the relief is not going to be the same, and everything else is just going to kind of stay where it is. So, and it's so this, and then the reverse here, as far as the lettering here, it's more closer in with the wreath design, and I think it should probably be out more towards the edge. But nonetheless, otherwise, it's pretty neat to see this, that the U.S. Mint is doing it. But United States Mint, a lot of the newer modern designs don't appeal to many collectors as the previous design here, or as the older designs were. So you're going to see a lot of this stuff coming from the Mint in the coming years. In 2026, they're going to do a reissue of a lot of the gold coins and silver coins in gold for the 250th anniversary of the United States. This has some pretty attractive packaging, I will say. They just released these images, so that is pretty cool that they're doing that. If you're going to be charged $104 for something, that's not a proof coin, as opposed to a metal, well, at least the packaging is nice. And the gold coin will have that. That coin is going to be well over $3,300 is my guess when it comes out next month. This coin will be coming out on the 15th of October. That's just in a few days from now at 12 noon. Now, again, there's some, and I don't feel like we should fall for this in order to buy this, because most of us are not going to get this piece. Buy it only with the expectation you're going to get it without the privy mark. If you do get it with the privy mark, well, you are just lucky, and then you could sell it, and then maybe after a time they will take off their household order limit, and maybe you'll be able to get another one. That's what I plan on doing. I'm going to try it and see what happens. But this is fascinating. This is new. This is that they're doing this, and I kind of wish it was a coin, but they would need congressional approval to make it a coin. But this is fascinating. Let's take a look here at the description. The 230th anniversary of flowing hair silver metal pays homage to the flowing hair dollar coin issued on the 15th of October 1794. So that is appropriate, kind of, that they're doing this on and issuing it on that day by the U.S. federal government, America's first dollar coin. Under the guidance of Mint Director David Rittenhouse, Mint Chief Director Engraver Robert Scott designated or designed the first silver dollar coin with government oversight of the process. So this is a tribute, this metal is, with modern reproductions of the original obverse and reverse designs. So this is quite an amazing thing here, and I'm glad that it's coming encapsulated in a stylish clamshell, and that they're going to have this privy mark, and with signed by the Mint Director. Now, I don't know how much they're going to go for in the secondary market. I've not checked eBay. They probably already have listings out. Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't think you would do that, jumping the gun with the expectations you're going to get one. You have to cancel that, so likely they're not there. But what do you think this thing would sell for the 1794 versions with the 230 privy mark unsigned COA? My guess is probably $200 or $300 maybe. And the signed certificate very well could be maybe even upwards of $600-700. Who knows? Anybody's guess. Who knows where the market could go? It can get pretty crazy. Fear of missing out, or people like, hey, I want to really get this, and the auctions, eBay is probably going to be the place to go to be able to find out and see what the market is going to be, the secondary market for these types of things. But thought I'd share this news with you. I know that others have posted videos about this. I want to bring it along to my audience. I usually was, there was a time when I was first on all the U.S. Mint news, but other channels have taken that mantle and ran with it. But I thought I'd share this because it is unique and it is a part of history. And I think this piece is kind of interesting in its own right because it's a reproduction of the original. And I like that about things like that. I like historical markers like this. So fascinating indeed. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.